Alright, so today we're going to be doing a tour of my Star Wars collecting room, 2020 edition. First we're going to knock out this wall here, which is the bulk of my collection, and then I'll clean up this side and switch it up. Got some boxes and stuff in the way, but let's dive right in. So on this far wall, this is kind of a temporary home for this lightsaber. Just chilling. Put that shelf up there. I was going to put some of my taller UCS sets on there, but I haven't had to yet. But that's that. This is my Disney pin collection. Obviously, most of it's Star Wars. Maybe like half of it's Star Wars. Some other random properties that I enjoy. This is a closet. I'll hit this last because it's, not pretty. I got BB-8 UCS and a couple of Stay Puffs up there. Got a ton. These are like 2 or 3 deep. You can kind of see back there of Finalmations. I haven't really bought any of those in a long time. Some vintage Star Wars Legos that are just strewn about in there. And then my only Ninja Turtles that I have. So no, not my only ones, but some of my only ones. And then my Jurassic Park stuff in the bottom there. TFA Falcon, UCS, Slave 1, the Celebration lunchbox back there, Krennic Shuttle, UCS tie. By the way, these LEDs up here are IKEA ones. They've been on 24/7, 365 for like 6 or 7 years now. They still work great. Alright, and then we'll start over here. It looks like there's just a shelf of a few figures. Someday when I have more room, but those are doubled in there. I don't know if you can really see past all the dust, but so I think each one of these shelves is like 60 figures or something down there. Sometimes the figures behind it are in front are intentional. Sometimes it's just whatever I moved out of the way last. So I have a full red card, green card, Shadows of the Empire, and freeze frame set, and context and flashbacks. Episode 1 set's full and complete. Some of the rare stuff in here is in cases, like my freeze frame Weequay. A couple of vintage figures. Episode 2 figures. This line is not complete. It's on my to-do list. More freeze frame. Some random stuff in front of all of my Disney Build-A-Droids. That's up to date. More episode 3. And then on the bottom, this kind of just random stuff on that shelf. And then Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo stuff in the bottom there. I did retire a lot of stuff to the closet recently. I don't have a lot of vintage collection. I just started collecting it during the second round here, but I really do like this collection. I'm going to definitely be spending more time focusing on that in the future. A couple odds and ends. More vintage collection. This shelf usually is like my holding shelf, like when I get new stuff and I haven't done a video on it yet, or maybe it's going to be outgoing or whatever. Power of the Jedi, just complete. The Black Series 3 3/4 inch, which is complete. Got the Jabba's Palace playset down there. Black Series. So I've got like the dewback, the 2 speeders behind there, the Thrawn set. These are all exclusives because they're not numbered. They kind of go across. I think there might be a couple behind there too. I'm really running out of room for Black Series stuff. There's that new Luke and the Sith Trooper. Jabba. Biker Scout's definitely behind Jabba. A whole nother shelf of exclusives. I like it when they do the colored ones. I don't know why. It's just something different, but those are double stacked. That's phase 1 behind there. And then 1 through 15, which is really 1 through 30, because 16 through 30 are behind them. More exclusives in odd-shaped boxes. Retro collection, that's complete. The 40th anniversary collection, Black Series. All I need is the Luke. This is, what would this be? 31 through 60, I think. And then this is where I start to have some gaps. I'm good up till 66, so then I have gaps all the way up until 79, it looks like. Excuse me. I didn't want to collect like 5 of every single one of these guys. Because there's the carbonized, the regular, and first editions. So if it's a carbonized, I went for the carbonized one. If it's a first edition, I went for that one. And then that's it. No regulars for those. I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. Grievous down there. The Celebration exclusives and the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives from this year. And then a whole bunch of archive series. Oh. And then over here is where I keep my comics. They're chilling in there. Alright, so this half of the room is kind of my computer half. It's my custom backlit movie poster frame. I need to upgrade the LEDs in it because they're kind of getting weak. Not as good as those IKEA ones I have. A couple shelves to go over what's on those. I've got 3 monitors in my setup. Soundbar for my speakers. A couple extra hard drives chilling. I'm gonna go through like the collectible stuff, then I'll go through the technology stuff. How about that? So, every one of these up here are signed by the actor who played them. So we've got like Billy D. Williams, Palpatine, E. McDermott, Anthony Daniels, Alan Tudyk, Hayden Christensen. This is probably one of my favorite ones in my collection because it's signed by new Chewbacca and Peter Mayhew. So it's got both Chewies on there. Boba Fett by Bullock, Ray Park. I have another Billy D back there, and then Carrie Fisher. Obviously a really awesome one that I'm really proud to have. Then we've got AFA graded figures. We got a Leia, blonde Luke, a Obi-Wan, gray hair, Vader, and R2. It's kind of a landing zone for my sports cards that I have, that I do collections of. Then we've got Mike and Sully. I guess they're pretty funny. The Jedi Temple Archives vintage poster from Celebration 2015. I love that thing a lot. And my big Celebration 2015 guy up there. I would put the Chicago one up, but they made the poster an odd size, so it's impossible to find a nice frame for it. Again, back to the technology, kind of talk about this a little bit. 3 just basic 1080p 60Hz monitors, nothing crazy. I kind of want to upgrade to have a, because I don't use the third one very often, but I think it'd be nice to have a ultra wide and a 4K monitor, like just 2, and try that out that way. Because usually if I'm using them, it's like internet and then like watching something. My TiVo is also plugged into this one, so basically I'd like to have right now obviously it'd be 3 monitors or 2 monitors in TiVo, but it'd be nice to have like a 4K monitor to watch things on, and then like a 34-inch widescreen, because that's usually when I'm working or browsing or whatever. The PC that powers this mess is way overbuilt and more than I ever needed. Custom water loop, but EK, GTX 1070, i7, I can't remember what I bought, too much. This case is huge, by the way, like, put like an adult hand for size reference. It's huge. It's basically a full-size ATX with a basement. Down in here I've got 3 hard drives. I think the SSD is on the back side of the motherboard tray, and the power supply down there. Plus custom lights, like, let's see if you can kind of see the LED strip that I actually can't see. Somewhere. It's in there, I promise. Around the edge. Oh, that's an easy way to see it. So, got that going on. I bought it because I was going to cram it filled with hard drives, but you know, I have this guy over here. It's my Synology NAS, so now I'm migrating everything over to that. I've got a 16-port gigabit switch, which for right now is overkill, but when I get another house, all right, back after some minor camera difficulties. That's my Synology NAS, router, whatever, USB hub, Philips Hue controller, hub. There's so much electronics over here that I run 2 Panamaxes to protect everything, give me more plugs. I got a drawer with random odds and ends, batteries, whatever. Xbox One, it's not even hooked up anymore. And then lastly but not leastly, brother, laser printer, probably the best investment ever. My router, which is completely fine. Syria, like, got some extra empty boxes, sports cards, duplicate Star Wars stuff I need to get rid of. And that's pretty much it. That's the room. For this year, some things that I hope to have happen is hopefully I have a lot more AFA figures, maybe fill up this whole row. If I get enough, I would like to add lighting to this cabinet and get them in there and really have them on display. I think that'd be really cool. Other than that, catching back up on some of the missing Black Series, more vintage collection, and I say this every year, but dive into some more Turtles, Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, other things from my childhood that I want to own again. And then Celebrations this year again, so maybe some more signed comic books to go with that collection up there. I'd really like to get some sequel trilogy characters in there. Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, those kind of guys. But that is it. Thanks for watching. I highly appreciate it. If you made it this far, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow my Twitter and Instagram at Star Wars Collecting. Links are down below in the description. Let me know what you think. I am out. Hey, thanks for watching this video. On the bottom left here, you can see I've got a room tour going on. Be sure to check that out. I usually update this twice a year. And on the right, you can see a sample of what my pickup videos look like if you haven't seen any of those yet. So please subscribe to see both of these videos. I try to do monthly pickups at a minimum and biannual room tour updates. But that is it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Thank you very much.